Hola a todas y a todos.
Hi everyone. It is really a pleasure to start this afternoon of the festival that I think we haven't stopped this today at all, but I'm very hopeful to present a person that most of you don't know, but what he's doing, we have known about it globally. His name is Pepe Olmedo. He's a psychologist, a musician, a musicologist, and you will remember him because a few days ago or weeks ago, there was this video in social media, very beautiful, of a woman with Alzheimer in a wheelchair, and suddenly she hears music. She had been a dancer, and she connects with the music and starts to dance. And it was very, very exciting, and that's why we got to know Pepe Olmedo. It is interesting because when we invited him and we told him, he said yes immediately that he wanted to be in this festival. And we asked to send a little presentation, and he sent a small, small presentation. And he has so much more to say about himself. Someone who is doing what he's doing, something innovative. More than innovative, it is how he behaves with Marta Gonzalez in that video with such tenderness. It really touches your heart. So it's a pleasure for me to present you today for it because of this theme of Alzheimer and dementia, and we want to connect music with different topics in life. And many times we tend to separate things, to compare them, but everything is so interconnected. So in this topic, there we have almost 50 million people sick with Alzheimer or dementia, and here until 2030, we'll have a 25% more if we don't have something relevant or something scientific advanced that can stop that. And also until 2050, we'll have more than 150 million people suffering from this illness. So I want to meet you here today with Pepe Olmedo, Spanish from Granada. So you'll feel a different accent, much closer to ours. And welcome, Pepe. Thank you very much for being here today.
Great pleasure and honor to travel from Spain to Chile. I have great affection for your country. I have a great Chilean friend, and I know it's a wonderful land. I hope that in the future I can be there in person. Thank you for the presentation. Honestly, it's an honor to share with you what we do, what I do. I hope my accent doesn't permits you to understand what I'm trying to transmit. Even more so being a environment of musicians, I think it's important that we're gonna share this space today because it's one of the greatest gestures and the most real veracity is how music can improve the life of many people. If you allow me, in order to start this exposition, I'm going to share my screen so you can see a little bit of what I've come to share with you. As you as you can see, in this presentation, we started talking about a dancer with Alzheimer's. We had the honor to meet her, to treat her. You've probably seen this moment and probably not. Honestly, it's a video that has allowed us to go viral around the world. So this project, Music to Awaken, started in 2013, but I want to start with this video because thanks to Marta, I'm here with you today.
Bueno, este vídeo que han podido ver
Video that you've seen, honestly, is very emotional because it really shows the effect that music has on people that listen to it. The songs of our life. We were looking at Marta Gonzalez, who was a prima ballerina. She was in New York and Spain. She taught ballet. It's really beautiful to see how this has been able to help so many people. Because we know the power that music has, how powerful it is to affect our lives.
Como Antonio Bandera, incluso llegando a algunos artistas de Hollywood.
This video has shared the world through Antonio Banderas and other Hollywood artists. We've received art from all over the world by different artists that have found a way to transmit the feelings that Martha was having. It's become a kind of social movement as well in favor of elderly, the artists, the culture. Because the Alzheimer's disease is a disease that depletes our memories. But through this therapy, we realize that they're not really over. The memories don't disappear; they're there. These are some more memories that we've received. Over 50 million people have seen this video, and it's become a medium of communication very important for different countries. So somehow we've accomplished our mission to visibilize this disease and promote the power on elderly people. It says more than 800,000 people have Alzheimer's and other dementias in our country.
Bueno, ese audio que han podido escuchar, un audio.
That audio that you've just heard, you can hear voices of people with Alzheimer's, with dementia, and a couple of words have come up that somehow show how hard that the disease can be. When we talk about Alzheimer's, for example, the whole world thinks about the memory problems, but they're not conscious of the great kind of illnesses that kind of associate with that illness, because it's not just memory. There's agitation, depression, aggressiveness. There's a great other kinds of symptoms that these people have to deal with because of this disease. So we're talking about Spain. Right now, we have over 1,200,000 people. But around the world, it's more than 50 million people. What they're saying about every 3 seconds, someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So during the duration of this talk, you can imagine the amount of people that are being diagnosed right now with this illness, which is why it's important that we all have this information so that we can help the situation. It has been scientifically proven that music, even though you have an advanced level of Alzheimer's, a degree, where you don't remember like names of your children or their birthdays, however, songs that were important in their lives, that they've listened to in their childhood or their adolescence, between 18 to 35 years, are stored somewhere in the brain that are less atrophied. So if we say a line from the lyrics of the song, they would continue with the lyrics because the memory stays. So that's what we're trying to do with the Music to Awaken program. We saw this with Martha's videos. She was a dancer, and so the songs that she danced to are stored within her. All this started in 2013 when we saw a video of a man named Henry. So we see this video of Henry, a little sad, apathetic. He doesn't respond, all because he suffers from Alzheimer's disease. And a social worker decides to put him headphones on with music of his life. And this was Henry's look, Henry's face while listening to the music. He seems to remember feelings. He seems to be remembering stories of his life, which is why we considered it so important.
¿Cuándo puede ser beneficiosa la música que marcó nuestra vida?
Why to learn the music of these people, because we never know what is going to trigger their memory and what's important to each and every one of them. So in the brain, when you listen to a song, all these little parts in the brain need to be activated. Even if we play an instrument, all musicians should know this. When you play an instrument, one of the most important activities that we can give our brain, there are studies that show that the brain can even change size if through doing the activity of playing music. And so the mere fact of listening to a song can and must activate different parts of the brain so that we can absorb that kind of memory.
¿A mí?
Los cantes de así eran preciosos.
Toda una vida
¿Qué has comprado tú el aparato este?
Claro.
estaría contigo.
Esto te entretiene mucho.
¿Verdad que
No
sí?
me importa en qué forma, ni dónde, ni cómo, pero junto a ti. Toda una vida te estaría mimando, te estaría cuidando como cuido mi vida, que la vivo por ti.
No me cansaría de decirte siempre, siempre, siempre. Eres mi vida.
Ansiedad, angustia, desesperación.
10 años de solfeo, 2 años de piano. Me da hasta la lágrima. La blanca, la negra, la corcea son esas.
Claro.
Dónde ni cómo, pero junto a ti.
De amor, de amor, de amor. No es de platos, de nada, de amor. Y todo lo demás es lo que nos falta.
Que no se corta. Bueno, en ese video habéis podido ver
In that video, you've been able to see the gestures of music in the people. You've seen Martha's video, but you probably haven't seen this video. This video also went viral in 2015. Here we've been able to see so many people enjoy of their life through their songs. In the end of the day, it's really beautiful, the moments that you can see. And I feel like the feelings that they felt in those moments reach us. And at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want to improve the quality of life of people living with Alzheimer's and dementia, Parkinson's, all these other diseases. We're showing a smile here. Here, a smile reflects many things. It can reflect when that a first person is feeling well. It can reflect that a person's improving their state, their quality of life. We look to awaken smiles in the people that we touch, and to awaken smiles in the people that surround us, whether they're elderly or that have illness, or the idea is to try and just live in a world, be part of a world to improve everyone's life. And so music is something that creates this emotion in each of us. So let's talk about the benefits of music. How far does the benefits of music really go? For people with Alzheimer's who have forgotten so many things, but when they're listening to songs when they're from their life, when they were young, music promotes these emotional responses in them, intense emotional responses, and also physiological changes that you can see objectively: the blood pressure, heart rate, the levels of stress, the cortisol levels. We see all these hormones changing. When stress is maintained for a long time, the cortisol hormone accumulates in our body. So we know our immune system is very weakened when we get older. So it's so important to find tools to reduce the cortisol in our body. And music is a great tool we have in our toolbox. Another thing that it also decreases the pain sensors in our body. Thanks to music, we see how people experience less pain. Maybe it could be that your attention is being diverted from the pain, but maybe listening to music helps you release endorphins that reduces the pain. Also, anxiety, depression. It also allows us to promote attention stimulation, memory stimulation, cognitive stimulation, language stimulation. This allows for maybe the disease to advance a little less slowly. Maybe it might help patients not to advance to other levels of the disease. It also improves social relationships. It also improves cooperation. People who maybe don't want to collaborate or cooperate with going to the bathroom, taking their medication. Some people refuse to do these things. And with music, they become more cooperative. Their language, obviously, their movements improve, their communication skills improve, and as well as the food digestion is improved. Here, for example, you can see a woman who have sleep. Who kind of sleepwalks. She needed physiotherapy, but she couldn't stop walking. She was all day walking in many moments. And so we couldn't find a way of what to do with her, what therapy to give her. So what we did was through music, we found a way to help her. Music diminished her agitation, and she was able to not walk around all day. So you can see Carmen here listening to music.
Al final fue la música lo que nos permitió que Carmen pudiera
Again, it
recibir
was music that allowed us to help Carmen receive her physiotherapy sessions,
creo que muestra sus gestos, sus
and
caras,
that we can see there her gesture, her face. It was so amazing to see how a woman who couldn't stop walking, just after hearing her songs, she just sat there. She was quiet. She was calm, serene. This is an example of how music can help people with Alzheimer's.
Vamos mostrando algunos de esos beneficios, pero yo quiero que también
I'm going
sea
to show you these benefits, but I would like to show a family member of someone we've helped that can share with us how they lived this experience and how we were able to help their sister. So she says, when they started doing therapy with her, she changed completely. She was so surprised that someone has Alzheimer's, you don't remember your family, you don't know what your name is, who are your children, you don't know how to point and know who your family is. But when the music came on, this was music that the family had chosen for her, that she had known from when she was young. And when they played that music for her, she completely transformed. She had this satisfaction, this joy on her face. It was incredible. And what really surprised me is that she remembered the title of the songs. For example, since she loved dancing and music, she would get up and dance, and we would dance. She was a completely different person. Her face changed, her mood, and when it was time to go to bed, we would play music for her when she would go to dinner, and then she would be calm and serene, and she would go to bed calmly. It was completely different. It was a big change. When she was listening to music, she would say, "Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, this artist, this song."
Yo me quedaba con muchísima satisfacción porque
I was astonished because I thought that to bring family members here to see her, it's very hard. It would be hard on them. But this therapy that they're doing is made her change so much in a positive way, and to have a better quality of life with her and the family who now comes to visit her. It's a therapy that doesn't just calm them in their moments, but it's a therapy that lasts.
Más ejemplos de cómo la
These are
música
more examples of how the music can remind people with Alzheimer's of their life, their family, their memories. And everything related to the arts, the culture, poetry, music, dance, these are all things that are maintained in our memories. When we analyze the life story of people with Alzheimer's, we've spoken about this like dancer Marta, who made us viral, showing how things as important as dance, that something she's done her whole life, she can keep doing it even though she has a complicated disease like Alzheimer's in her mind. It makes us see that until the end of our life, people need two things. They need to feel loved. Marta showed that in the video, but they need to feel useful. And a disease that takes away all your utility, like Alzheimer's, doesn't matter what level you're in, it just deteriorates. So it's terrible to be in front of a disease that takes so much away from a person. But it's incredible to see how human beings, even in these situations, find a way to rescue themselves. Marta, through her dance, she recovers that part of herself. We've seen people who were pianists.
Ver cómo de su cerebro resurgen los movimientos que
Or
hacía.
seamstress, like through music, the movements that they used to do, they remember these things. They're kept very deeply in our brain. So imagine a person sewing at 100 years old, but in her mind, because she doesn't have thread, she doesn't have needle. But when she heard the music of her life, she would sew. So we would play music and we would see this movement she did with her hands, and it looked like she was sewing. So in her mind, she's sewing. She's trying to feel useful, doing what she's done as a seamstress her whole life. So her brain is very wise. The brain knows that if she continues to sew, then she will stimulate her brain. So because her brain is losing strength. So if the brain is losing neurons. So if the brain continues to stimulate itself, it will strengthen it. This is a pianist. So as she listened to the music, we're gonna watch how their memories came back to life.
Bueno, al final creo que queda claro con
Well,
esto.
in the end, I think it's pretty clear with these examples that I'm sharing with you. It's clear, isn't it? What music generates in our lives. In summary, music, I play the guitar, the piano. Me, music has always been something fundamental in my life. But I do this program, Music to Awaken. Music has reached levels that I couldn't even imagine. We've seen people, even at the end of their life, leave this world listening to the songs that they loved. And We defend that this feeling that all people should be able to hear the songs of their life until the end of their lives. And if they could hear this music live, even better. We sing when we go to visit people. Sometimes we sing it live. When the sickness, when the illness, the disease is very advanced, their brain deteriorates a lot. So we have to find a way to center their attention. So the way we do that is with headphones to make sure that these people focus. But we always make sure that everyone has access to music because we've seen the important effects of it. In Music to Awaken, we also educate. We offer scholarships to certain people, to family members that can afford the programs. So around the world, we've expanded the tools that we use. We're very active in social media to make sure that more and more people every day know the power that music has and how much we can offer people with Alzheimer's, because not everything is lost. We've worked with so many centers around Spain, and luckily we can also say that we've had a lot of students. We've been all over the world. For example, we've had the honor of having students, Chilean students, because we have an online training course that anyone can do from wherever in the world. And we've also been in the Latin American Alzheimer Congress. And so we've been in France with students from the UK, Brazil. It's really been beautiful to see how we're expanding these tools. And I want to invite anyone who would like to know more about how music can improve the lives of people with Alzheimer's can join our team, become a part of our team. Educate yourselves with us. This is open for everyone, for family members, youngsters, parents, musicians as well, to learn more about the effects of music and how to research into the life of people and discover those songs. Because not any song is going to create that impact. We need to do research, talk to family members, and see what songs were important in those places, in those moments. And maybe that's going to be the song that will help this person in this moment where their life is so hard. So we invite you to educate yourselves online with us. I invite you to enter our website, musicaparadespertar.com, and learn a new way to collaborate with us. Either through doing the formation program or through our products. We also have a novel that helps extend the benefits of music to many more people.
Dicen que todos los caminos llevan a Roma. Nosotros esto lo usamos en todos nuestros cursos, en todos los sitios donde vamos, decimos esto, porque aquí en España se dice que todos los caminos llevan a Roma.
They say that all roads lead to Rome. I haven't got to Rome yet, but I feel like I would like to say that all roads lead to love, because love is what moves our life, and love is what music shows. Music is a gesture of love towards life, love toward instruments, love to the sound engineers that allow music to work, to play. Music towards every single piece of the instrument, the people who play it, the environment. music towards the voice, muse towards love towards anyone that comes close to music. We think love is what moves the world, and that's what we're trying to show with our video and with everything, all this teaching that we're doing. We want to put our heart, our hand, our smile. We're putting that all in service for a better world. We live in such a complicated and difficult world. I want to also leave you with the way that you can collaborate with us through our website, musicaparadespertar.com. Please visit us or our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram. We're wherever you need to be right now online. So we invite you to share our videos with others, to follow us, and allow us to reach more people. As we've said before, there are more than 50 million people that suffer from diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia in this beaten world that we live in right now. We feel like we still have so much to thank for this life, for this world, and offer. So we do this through music because music is what really allows us to be here. I want to play one last video with you.
Y con ello poder despedir esta presentación.
And with this video, I will bid farewell.
Bueno, parece que ahora mismo el vídeo está intentando mandarnos esta línea. Pero bueno, quería estos breves minutos que nos quedan.
These last minutes that we have left, maybe in the chat of this event, someone could leave a message or ask a question. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Pepe, we don't have any messages or questions in our chat, but I would like to ask you, how do you arrive to this world? Because of what do? You could have served so much. And what drew you to this world of Alzheimer and dementia?
In the end, it was my mother who brought me into. I had the luck of living with my grandmother. He taught me the respect and love we had to have for elderly people. So I felt really happy, really loved by elderly people, by the wisdom that the elderly have. But I was also lucky that my mother was the director of adult centers in Spain. And from very young, I used to go with her to these centers. So when I was 8 years old, the first memory I have going to an adult center was meeting someone with Alzheimer's. This was a person that was painting all day, and they painted the same color. And I would go up to them and I would say, but the sky is blue. Why are you painting it a different color? And as a kid, I would go up to this person with Alzheimer's. And as a kid that lived with music near to my heart, I would sing to people with Alzheimer's. I would play the guitar. So as I grew older, I studied psychology. And after studying psychology, I was a volunteer in a residence. And I volunteered 4 or 5 years where I went many times, many days a week. And that's where my idea, Music to Awaken, came up, because I saw the gestures, I saw the impact that music had on the people. And I saw it in myself as well. I can't live without music, classical music, Cuban music, Spanish music, rock and roll. I listen to a little bit of everything, and I said, well, if the music benefits my life, my day to day so much, why wouldn't it benefit the people with Alzheimer's? That's when I realized that it didn't only benefit them, but it changed them. It changed aspects of their life and allowed them to communicate in a different way. Because another channel is opened, another communication channel. And when our verbal language is affected by something like Alzheimer's, music can reach different places and take us different places. And that's what we do to see how music allows to awaken emotions, memories, and improving the quality of life of people.
Thank you, Pepe. It has been really inspiring what you have shared, and above all, because we live in a society where success is to be like an Alzheimer's patient gets better, and the success in this situation is that they have well-being, that all human beings can have well-being, dignity to live and to die, and for whatever is that part of the road we're taking. So it's very inspiring, and I feel very thankful. And on behalf of the festival, I really thank you, because I really love the possibility that the musicians and our audience in general are watching this, to know that this tool that is music is so much bigger than we imagine. So thank you very much for being here today. For us, this afternoon, the night for you, and everyone who is watching and wants to contact Pepe, they can do it directly at musicaparadespertar.com or through the festival, and we will connect, because the idea is to move forwards together in making a beautiful world. So now I invite you to stay with a new dialogue with Roberto Diaz and Alejandra Urrutia, which will start in a few minutes. Thank you. Thank you, Pepe.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.